laid out, and that's the magnitude of their empires before they went into captivity. So in Genesis 15:4, and see the word of Jehovah came to him, saying, this one is not your heir, talking about Ishmael, but he who comes from your own body is your heir. And he brought him outside and said, look now forward toward the heavens and count the stars, if you are able to count them, and said to him, so are your seeds. I'm even having a hard time reading that on my screen. Genesis 12:2. And I shall make you a great nation, and bless you, and make your name great, and shall be a blessing. And I shall bless those who bless you, and curse him who curses you, and in you all the clans of the earth shall be blessed. So this Manasseh tribe in northern India is more numerable than all the stars in heaven, right? No. Those tribes that they're finding in China are more numerable than all of heaven. No. Remember these blessings that are to come to Israel. In Genesis 15, verse 16, then in the fourth generation they shall return here, for the crookedness of the Amorites is not yet complete. What does that mean? Everyone looks at that and says that's the fourth generation from Abraham, and that's when they come back out of the Exodus to the Promised Land. Yes, sort of, kind of. Remember the date I said for Abraham? Abraham was born in 1948, after the creation of Adam. So the creation of Adam starts with the year 1 on the far side. That's the first Jubilee cycle, which is 49 years. And then you count by 49 each one. So the first millennial day is 20 Jubilee cycles. 20 times 49. So a millennial day, Steve, you were asking me about this last night, and then we got sidetracked. A millennial day is 980 years. Uh-oh. They've rounded it up, folks. The second millennial day is 1960. The third millennial day is 2940. When was Abraham born? 1948. So he's at the beginning of the third millennial day. So now count 4 millennial days from there. So you count the orange as 1, because it's at the beginning, so you count all of it. The red one is 2. The fifth one, the blue column is 3. And at the end of the 4th millennial day is the purple one. You see the date down there? 5880. 5880 matches our date of 2045. Now this is in the prophecy of Abraham. It's there. I compare them back to forth so you can see both calendars together. 5880 is 2045. That means that right now we are in the year 5849. 5849. Where's 5849 in here? Right near the end of this 4th day from Abraham. Do you see that? If you don't see it, it's in the prophecies of Abraham. We don't have any prophecies of Abraham here to give away or sell. You can get them on my website and order them. But this is in that book. And that's why it's there, to show you that the 4th day from Abraham, the 4th millennial day, is right where we are now when we are about to go back to the land. But we're not going back the way many people are teaching you. And I'm going to show that to you this week. Genesis 17, verse 5. And no longer is your name called Abram, but your name shall be Abraham, because I shall make you a father of many nations. Not one, many nations. How many states of Israel are there? How many Israelite nations are there? 13 plus more. 13 is 13 tribes of Israel. And some of those Israelite tribes have developed other tribes. And we're going to show you that. And I shall establish my covenant. There's that covenant again. The covenant keeps coming up all through this teaching all week long. between me and you and your seed after you in their generations for an everlasting covenant to be Elohim to you and your seed after you. And I shall give to you and your seed after you the land of your sojournings, all the land of Canaan, and an everlasting possession, and I shall be their Elohim. A great nation, multiple nations. Where is that if it's the Jews? Okay, the state of Israel and the state of New York. Doesn't fly, folks. Doesn't fly. Genesis 25, here's another blessing. Now Abram gave all that he had to Isaac. But to the sons of the concubines whom Abram had, Abram gave gifts while he was still living and sent them away from his son Isaac, sorry, my Hebrew's bad, eastward towards the land of the east. Isaac inherited everything. What I'm going to show you today is that there are tribes named Isaac. In history, in your Encyclopedia Britannica. All you got to do is open it up and look at it. All you got to do is hit Google, because this information's there. Now, let your seed possess the gate of their enemies. So the Manasseh tribe possesses the gate of their enemies, right? Judah possesses the gate of all their enemies. No, not even Judah does this. Here's a gate. This is called Gibraltar. A gate is a passageway from one side to another that is a narrow entrance way that is controlled by an army. Who controls Gibraltar? Britain. Who wants it? Spain. But Britain's not giving it up. Genesis 26, verse 3. Sojourn in this land, and I shall be with you and bless you, for I give all these lands to you and your seed. And I shall establish the oath. What is the oath? It's the covenant. What is the Feast of Weeks? It's the Feast of Oath. And because we broke that oath, we're going to pay a dear price. It comes up over and over and over. And I'm going to be a broken record to you, and you're going to be so sick and tired of me telling you this, but by the end you'll know, I hope. And I shall increase your seed like the stars of the heavens, and I shall give all these lands to your seed, and in your seed all the nations of the earth shall be blessed. So he's talking to Isaac now. Because Abram obeyed my voice. And remember what I said yesterday? Guarded my charge. Guarded my Sabbaths, my commands, my laws, and my Torah. When you guard something, you protect it. You don't let people trample all over it. Nobody comes to my house and does business on Shabbat. People try to sell me windows on Shabbat. Every Shabbat. So we don't answer the phone no more. Guard the Sabbath. Make it a part of your way of life. Genesis 26:60. And they blessed Rebekah and said to her, so Rebekah is now going to be Jacob's wife. Let our sister become the mother of thousands of 10,000s, and let your seed possess the gates of those who hate them. So there's that possession of the gates again. Interesting, it's come up again. Now here's something that I find that most people read over and don't quite get, but this is such an important clue to who you are. Genesis 25:22, and within her, this is Tamar. Within her, the children struggled together, and she said, if all is right, why am I this way? So she went and asked Jehovah, and Jehovah said to her, 2 nations are within your womb. 2 nations. Who's this? Tamar. 2 nations are within your womb. And 2 peoples shall be separated from your body. And one people shall be stronger than the other, and the older shall serve the younger. This is Tamar. What's going on here? Is it? Good. I'm glad you're paying attention. That was a test. Thank you, Rebecca. And the first came out red all over like a hairy garment, so they called his name Esau. I've actually got the wrong slide up here. And afterward his brother came out. That's the right slide. So his name was called Jacob. And you all know the story. Esau comes in looking for he's starving after going hunting, and he wants food. And Jacob, being the good Jew boy that he is, sells it to him. Jacob wasn't Jewish, folks. There were no Jews alive at this time. So stop the bigotry and the anti-Semitic statements that come out of people's mouths. Correct them. That's not right. Jacob wasn't Jewish. But you know this story. So he sells it. He sold his birthright for that. Now notice also that Esau was a hunter. Because that's another clue. Jeremiah says, I will send you fishers to fish you out. Yeshua says, I'll make you fishers of men. But Jeremiah also says, afterwards, I'm going to send hunters to hunt you out of the clefts and rocks that you're hiding in. Who's he talking about? He's talking about Esau. That's why I talked about the Muslim thing today. They're coming. And they're going to hunt you out of the rocks and caves that you're hiding in. So now, Jacob does a little double cross on his old man, and he fools him to get the birthright blessing. But the birthright blessing was already given to Rebekah, so he didn't have to do this. But he did. So here we have the blessings. 27, Genesis 27. Let peoples serve you, and nations bow down to you. Be master over your brothers. So who's his brother? Esau. And your mother's son bow down to you. Cursed be those who cursing you, and blessed be those blessing you. The birthright belonging naturally to the firstborn son. To attain this blessing from his father, Jacob resorted to tricking the blind-aged Isaac into believing he was Esau. So we know that. But Esau also gets a blessing. Genesis 27:37. Isaac answered Esau, see, I have made him your master, and all his brothers I have given to him as servants, and I have sustained him with grain and wine. And what then shall I do for you, my son? Isaac talking to Esau. Now listen carefully. And Isaac his father answered and said to him, see, your dwelling is of the fatness of the earth. They got all the oil. And of the dew of the heavens from above. And by your sword you are to live. And serve your brother. And it shall be when you grow restless. What's on the nightly news, folks? When you grow restless, that you shall break his yoke from your neck. Esau is getting restless right now. It's called the Arab Spring. It's still going on. It's going on in Syria. This stuff is happening right now. And you're all going, I don't know about you, but the ones I see, wake up. Wake up. And Isaac called Jacob and blessed him and commanded him and said to him, do not take a wife from the daughters of Canaan. Arise, go to Padan Aram. That's where I have my vineyard right now. That's so cool. To the houses of Bethuel, your mother's father, and take a wife for yourself from there, from the daughters of Laban, your mother's brother. And Jehovah bless you and Genesis 28:3. And Jehovah bless you and make you bear fruit and increase you, and you shall become an assembly of peoples. What's an assembly of peoples? A commonwealth. A commonwealth. Where's that in the world? Where's the Commonwealth of China? Where's the Commonwealth of Russia? Where's the Commonwealth of India? The only Commonwealth I know of is Britain. of which Canada, one of the greatest nations on earth,